Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the value-oriented trim levels in the Hyundai Santa Cruz lineup, the Base SEL. So for 2024, the Santa Cruz remains mostly a carryover from its introduction in 2022. However, across the board, there were a few packaging changes depending on the trim level. Now for the SEL in specific, it now gains the projector LED headlights, now standard across every Santa Cruz, dual zone automatic climate control found on the SEL and higher, as well as the new haptic feedback steering wheel, which is a new safety item that interacts with some of the driver assistance technologies. Again, it's standard across every Santa Cruz for 2024. Now, if you do want to know everything that did change for the 2024 model year across the Santa Cruz lineup, make sure to check out the dedicated video. There's a lot of useful information where I go trim by trim telling you exactly what did change. Now, finally, when it comes to pricing, it did increase across the Santa Cruz lineup for 2024. However, some trims increased a little bit more than others. Now, for the SEL in specific, it did go up $1,210 over 2023, and that now means an SEL all-wheel drive now starts at $32,235, including destination. And one item I did want to mention is that the SE, SEL, as well as SEL activity package now is available in front-wheel drive that Hyundai did roll out for 2023. So if you do want to save about $1,500, you can get those trims in front-wheel drive. However, the all-wheel drive versions are definitely more popular. So with all that information in mind, let's not waste any more time. Take a look at this SEL all-wheel drive behind me for just under $33,000. So the Santa Cruz in front of us is finished in the Hampton gray exterior with the gray cloth interior, and I have to say this is not only a popular color across the Santa Cruz lineup, as I've showcased here on the channel, but also across other Hyundai models as well. Now you can see here in the sunlight, it does have a good amount of metallic flake, and they did add this color to the Tucson lineup for 2024 as well. So they're rolling out to more Hyundai models, and it still is very popular here on the Santa Cruz. Now up front of the SEL and some of the lesser trims in specific, you'll find the same front end design with the silver accented grille. And like I mentioned, for 2024, every Santa Cruz now comes standard with full LED lighting up front. So you'll see the LED projector headlights are kind of a quad beam or quad projector design with your LED turn signal in this portion right here, and of course your LED daytime running lights on the outside of the grille right there. Now the silver accented grille is found on the SE, SEL, as well as SEL activity package, and the turbo models for 2024 get all of the darkened chrome accented grille, which does look quite different and gives it a little bit more of an aggressive stance. With the silver accent grille, you get the chrome Hyundai emblem. This one does not have the front cameras for the 360 camera system and does not also have the smart cruise control functionality, so there's no radar sensor or anything up front as well. Now coming around the side of the Santa Cruz, you will find the traditional black plastic trim. This is found again on every trim level. The XRT of course does get the slightly wider trim that is available as an accessory on some of the other trims of the Santa Cruz lineup. Here you can see the little Easter eggs and all the textured accents that I've showcased across many of the other videos here on the channel. Coming to the wheels and tires, these are going to be the standard 18-inch wheel design found on the SE, SEL, and SEL activity package. They're going to be wrapped in 245, 60, 18-inch Kumho Crugin HP71 all-season tires, so a very road-oriented all-season at that. The mirror caps are going to be body color with your LED turn signal integration, no cameras or LED puddle lights on the bottoms. They are going to be heated, and it does have blind spot detection. Regular proximity entry for the black accented door handles. Hyundai Digital Key is rolled out to some of the other trim levels, the XRT as well as the top limited. So if you do want that function, you're gonna have to go to some of the other top turbo models. And one important thing to note is that you do have to get the SEL activity package for the roof rails on top, as the base SEL does not have it. You do get the gloss black shark fin antenna up there, however, so that does look very nice. Now out back you will find partial LED tail lamps, so you have LED running lights for the tail lamp assembly with your incandescent turn signals, brake lights, and reverse lights a little bit farther down on the rear bumper. Integrated side steps to help you get in and out of the rear bed, which is very nice, although this doesn't have a huge step in height. Integrated Santa Cruz stamped into the tailgate. There's your rear backup camera with the Hyundai logo here in the matte black plastic. H-Track badge on the passenger side of the vehicle to showcase that this is an all-wheel drive model. And one important aspect of the SEL is that it does not come standard with the integrated tonneau cover. So if you do want the most bed space available in the Santa Cruz lineup, then the SE or the standard SEL is going to be the way to go, as the SEL activity package does give you that roll-up tonneau cover, which takes up a little bit of additional bed space. So we'll take a look at that here in a little bit once we get to the bed. But overall, that's a quick look at the exterior of the base SEL. No sunroof, but you do get some of the nicer lighting elements for 2024, which is a nice addition across every Santa Cruz. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the window sticker, see what you get for 2024, and then we'll go ahead and head on to the interior. So take a quick look at the window sticker. The base SEL gets you a lot of nice equipment, especially for the changes that they did make for 2024. Now the base SEL gets you things like the power driver seat, the dual zone automatic climate control, the power driver seat, proximity entry, LED projector headlamps, as well as the BlueLink Plus functionality, which is new for every 2024 Hyundai model equipped with BlueLink. So you get that for the lifetime of the first ownership, which to me is a nice value add item. It is important to note that the base SEL is now the top trim with the smaller 8-inch display cluster with wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. So do keep that in mind if you're getting an SEL activity package for 2024, is that now comes with the 10.25-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation and only wired Android Auto and wired Apple CarPlay. But outside of this one does have a few additional accessories on it, which brings the MSRP to $32,755, including destination. Now jumping onto the interior, like I mentioned, this is the gray cloth option. You can get a black cloth option as well. Starting out here on the door panel, this is the regular door panel design found on the Santa Cruz lineup versus the more premium option found on the top limited trims. That means a hard touch textured plastic upper, nice gloss black accented trim that runs into the vent design on the dashboard, a small padded armrest in this portion right here with your power windows, mirrors and locks, automatic front 2 windows, silver accented door handle pull, and a good amount of lower door storage with an integrated bottle holder. Like I mentioned, that premium door panel design on both the Tucson as well as the Santa Cruz gives you some gloss black trim around the window switches, as well as just a larger padded surface for the armrest itself. So not a huge difference, but it is something you will notice if you do look at them side by side. Coming to the driver's seat, this is going to be a power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar. And once again, this is the gray seating surfaces. Now you do have some interesting patterns on both the seat bottom as well as the seat back, and of course the gray seating surfaces do contrast pretty well against the mostly black dashboard. Now here on the inside of the base SEL, there are going to be some interesting changes for 2024 given the addition of dual zone automatic climate control. But starting in front of the driver, you do have the analog with small digital display for the gauge cluster. This is a small 4.2-inch color display that is controlled here on the right side of the steering wheel. On the left side, you have your speedometer, and on the right side, you have your tachometer with a few other gauges in the middle. You have your gear position, of course, your odometer, trip information, fuel economy, all-wheel drive system settings. Of course, you can control a lot of the vehicle settings through this display as well. So it is a very important display, given that you do control a lot of the vehicle settings through here, but it is a little bit on the smaller side. Of course, if you do step up to the SEL Activity or higher, you do get the digital 10.25-inch, which is a very nice upgrade. Now coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be the standard urethane design type. Now for 2024, every Santa Cruz does get the haptic feedback, which is interactive with some of the driver assistance systems, such as the lane keeping assist, lane follow assist, and stuff like that. So it will vibrate to let you know that you are needing to pay attention or the vehicle is drifting over the line, for example. On the left side, you have your audio multimedia controls. On the right side, regular cruise control, but you do get lane follow assist. If you want smart cruise control, you do have to go to the XRT trim or higher in the Santa Cruz lineup. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist, regular wiper stalk. To the left of the steering wheel, you do have your gauge dimming, bed lighting, as well as traction control off. And across the dashboard, it's going to be mostly hard touch black plastics with a nice textured material. Now coming over here to the infotainment system, this is going to be the highest trim, like I mentioned, for 2024 with the smaller 8-inch screen. So this means wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. It still does have BlueLink integration in the SEL, so that is a very nice function. Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs, all the usual stuff. Of course, with the smaller screen, you do get these scroll wheels for the volume as well as tune, and all of the other buttons around it are going to be the touch capacitive type. So overall, I really do like the smaller screen. I wish they would start to roll out the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to the larger 10.25-inch and 12.3-inch in some of the other models, but unfortunately, as of right now, this is the standard unit that does feature that function. Now below that, new for the SEL trim is going to be dual zone automatic climate control. Now paired to the 8-inch screen, you do get the toggles for the temperatures on the side, which is a nice physical button, but otherwise it's going to be the same touch capacitive type as some of the other lesser trims of the Tucson. Below that, USB-A data and charge ports, 12-volt power outlet. There's going to be a little bit of additional storage space down here. It does not have wireless charging, unfortunately. You do have to step up to the SEL Activity, but that is a very useful storage design. Lots of gloss black here around the shifter and the heated seat controls. You have your drive mode select down here. You do have normal, sport, smart, and snow drive modes. Center differential lock to send power 50-50 front and rear. Automatic vehicle hold. Can pull up your rear backup camera here as well. And you do have the electronic parking brake with hill descent control. Two good sized cup holders with the kind of spring-loaded tension clips. There's your proximity entry. It does have vehicle remote start on both the key fob as well as the BlueLink app. Standard heated front seats, no heated steering wheel or any other functions. Soft touch rubberized padded armrest. It does have a good amount of storage inside, no ports or lights in there, unfortunately. Up top, you do have the black textured headliner, vanity illumination, manual dimming interior rear view mirror, so no auto dimming in this trim. Overhead incandescent lighting, BlueLink SOS, as well as your indicator for the passenger airbag sensor. So that's pretty much going to be it for this trim level. No sunroof. Of course, if you do get the SEL Activity or higher, that will come standard with the smaller sunroof. But overall, a pretty nice interior, and I do like the updates that they did make for 2024. Now taking a look at the rear seat of the Santa Cruz, the materials are not going to follow through as far as the door panel goes. So this is going to be a completely hard touch door panel with some textured elements. Silver accented door handle pull, and there is your integrated rear cup holder for rear seat occupants, given that there is not a center armrest. Seating materials are going to be the same as the front seat, however. Step in height is going to be very easy given the door opening size as well as the overall ride height. There's a quick look at the front dashboard. In terms of rear seat amenities, well, you don't really have any in this trim level. No USB charging, no rear AC vents. You do have two mat pockets, one on each of the front seats. This is a three-person setup, so you can fit three people across if you would like. There is no center armrest, like I mentioned, and the seat backs themselves do not fold down. You do not have the manual rear sliding window either, but you do have the defroster function, and it is going to be tinted. There is an overhead incandescent light for rear seat occupants, handles on all four corners, and that's pretty much about it as far as the amenities go. In terms of my rough driving position, I would say I normally have about 2 to 3 inches behind the seat. Footroom is very good as well, and in terms of headroom, that is a non-issue either, given I have like 4 or 5 inches above the ceiling height itself. So as a whole, pretty comfortable, given you have a fairly short driver in the front seat. Obviously, if somebody's going to be on the taller side, it's going to limit rear seat space, but overall the cloth seats themselves are very nice. The seat bottoms do flip up to reveal additional storage space as well, and an integrated bin, so that is a nice addition, but overall amenities in the back seat are fairly limited. Now, in terms of the bed space for the Santa Cruz, of course, we know this is going to be the 4-foot bed length. It is made out of a composite material, so no need for a bed liner or any bed mats, even though those are available as an accessory. It has the electronic soft open tailgate release, which you can control from the key fob itself. There's a look at the overall bed space. Like I mentioned, no integrated tonneau cover, so you have all the available bed space for this particular vehicle. Plenty of tie-down points in all 4 corners. The SEL Activity and higher do come with the integrated bed rails, which do come with adjustable clips that you can kind of position where you'd like for all of your cargo. You have integrated storage on the left and right-hand sides, as well as beneath the floor itself, with the integrated and standard trunk function. So there's a look at the underfloor storage. It does have a rubber seal to help prevent water or any other items from getting in there. And it does also have an integrated drain plug, so you can pull this out, drain whatever liquid, ice, anything is in there out from underneath the vehicle, which is great for tailgating or throwing parties and having, you know, an ice cool beverage in there. So that is a very cool function of all Santa Cruzes that do come standard. But overall, space is going to be a little bit at a premium, but for a compact pickup like this, I think it is very adequate. Now, finally, wrapping it up here on the passenger front seat, materials are going to be the same as the driver's side. You do only have a 4-way manual driver's seat, so no height adjustment. And there's a better look at the dashboard here on the passenger side. No soft touch, just some textured plastics. Glove box is going to be damped. It does not have any illumination. It's going to be a very useful size given these large literature and brochure manuals that are in there from the factory. So overall, that's a quick look at the base SEL on the inside. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what powers the Santa Cruz, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So under the hood of the SE, SEL, and SEL Activity, you're going to find the base 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, which puts out 191 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque through either the front wheels only or all 4 wheels if you do select all-wheel drive. Now, this is paired to an 8-speed torque-converted automatic transmission, and overall, this is one of the reasons why I have seen some people choose the base engine option or some of the lesser trim levels over that of the turbo option found on the Night Edition, the XRT, as well as the Top Limited with the 8-speed wet dual clutch. But overall, this is going to be a very similar powertrain to both the Tucson as well as the current generation Santa Fe. And if you are curious about the towing capacity for the Santa Cruzes, the base 2.5 liter, as seen here, can tow up to 3,500 pounds with integrated trailer brakes, according to Hyundai. If you do opt for the 2.5 liter turbo, that can tow up to 5,000 pounds. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video on the 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz SEL all-wheel drive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below. It greatly helps out the channel in these videos. Subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed, and make sure to stay tuned and check out some additional content I have here on the channel as far as the Santa Cruz and other manufacturers go. So as far as my quick thoughts on the SEL, well, I really do like the changes that Hyundai made for the 2024 model year, specifically for the base SE, SEL, and SEL activity package. Essentially, they trickled down more equipment from the higher trims into those lower trims, made things like LED projector headlights standard across the board, the new haptic feedback steering wheel, and dual zone automatic climate control is now found in the base SEL, which overall is a very nice feature to have on a day-to-day basis. So as a whole, I think even with the small price increase for 2024, here on the SEL, I think with the addition of BlueLink Plus, all of the features you're getting in terms of the amenities, I still think it remains a very good value in the overall trim lineup. Like I said, I do have a dedicated changes video here on the channel, which goes over everything that did change for 2024, including the pricing information. So make sure to check that out. That is very helpful in searching for and kind of narrowing down your search for a new vehicle and which trim level you think fits your needs the best. But overall, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate the support here on the channel. And as always, hope to see you guys in the next one.